Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? It's Ken at 10. If you haven't been here before, well, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Reason it's Ken at 10 is because I'm Ken and it is 10. Profound, I know. It's James Alexander Estate Agents. We broadcast here daily, talking about the property market, what's going on, and just generally things both locally and nationally, really. How are you today? Hope you're having a good day. Here in SW16, it is overcast, but the sun's really trying to peek through it, keep peeking in and out of the clouds there, which is quite nice to see. If you've got children with A-level results, gosh, I feel for you. It's been up and down, hasn't it? But at least now it seems like they're going to get the better grades. And now there's a confusion over which unis are going to accept what. It's an absolute nightmare. But I hope that works out better for you. Amongst this pandemic, it was always going to be a nightmare, but it seems the government made it even worse, doesn't it? There we are. We're just talking about dogs this morning. When we go on valuations, my colleague was saying that the dog actually followed him around the valuation, and quite often I find the same thing. We're both really fond of dogs, and you tend to find that if you can get on with the dog, then quite often the dog will come and sit with you rather than the owners. And then I always think that's a really good step towards gaining instruction, is when you find that the dog actually likes you. The family usually think, yeah, that dog, he knows, good judge of character, that dog. Apart from that, I'm just about to call another agent and really excited about that for my client. We've got their property under offer and they're moving to another area. And you may have heard me mention before that we're all about the 360-degree service here, meaning that we're not just about selling your property, we're also about helping you to find the next one, even if it's not in our area, right the way through to negotiating the asking price of that property. And we're going to try and make a considerable dent in the asking price of this one, and hopefully we'll be successful for our client. And if we do, they'll have an absolutely brilliant deal. And I'm excited for them because it's a whole new life for them, starting in a new area. And that's one of the great privileges of what we do, is seeing people come from one stage of their life and move on to another. And actually being with them on that journey, it can be emotional, it can be fraught, it can be tearful, but it can also be amazing and quite inspiring to be a part of that time and time again through people's lives. And I think sometimes as agents, we forget that although it's the umpteenth time this month that we're doing it for a client, for this particular client, this is the first time probably in many years, and often the first time that they've both bought and sold at the same time, which makes it even more confusing, stressful, and hard to deal with. But if you think you've got someone with you holding your hand, virtually that is, then it feels easier. And that's what we're here to do, is make that journey a little bit easier, hopefully. And I'm really excited to call up the agents and explain how we've got this client's property under offer and we can move their client, but can we look at an offer and see where it goes? So really excited about doing that this morning. And then, of course, 11 o'clock today, we have the amazing Richard Worrell from Network Auctions coming on live to see you and talk about auctions. If you don't know anything about auctions, I love chatting to Richard. What he doesn't know about auctions isn't worth knowing. And many of you will know that we do auctions from here, and we use Network Auctions because they're a fantastic bunch and their ethics and values are the same as ours. If we give a property to Network Auctions and we're working on it together, we're always liaising and saying, right, who's best? What buyers have we got? Have we got enough traction? What's the best offer going to be, and looking at what we can do to make sure that our clients get the best possible price during that auction process. And the auction process is so different from the sales process. And if you haven't followed it before, then it's well worth listening in. And please do post your questions live. We will see them come up on screen as we're broadcasting. And if you're watching this after we broadcast, then just put rewind in your comments so we know that you're watching it after the live broadcast, and then ask your question and we'll do our best to respond to that too. But be lovely to have you on live. That's at 11 a.m. this morning. Richard Worrell, Network Auctions, and myself just answering questions about your auction worries, fears, and whether you might do it. Might not be right for you. It's right for some people. There is something beautifully clean about the whole auction process, in that the hammer goes down, the deal is done. And that's so unlike the UK sales process, where we can be 2-3 months down the road before we know whether the sale's actually finalized. And that's one of the great frustrations of the British system. Having said that, the auction system, hammer down, 10% down, 28 days later, money in bank. Love that. Of course, there are downsides as well, and that's what we'll be talking about today. at 11 o'clock. So I hope you're having a good day today. I've also got lots of valuations. In actual fact, I've got a sign up for an auction. We've got a nice little 1-bedroom flat coming on in the auctions this month in Thornton Heath. And I'm just signing up the paperwork with the client this morning on that. And then this afternoon out to a great road, looking at a couple of houses around the Green Lane area, which is always really, really popular. So looking forward to that too. Offers coming out of our ears at the moment on the properties we have available, and we're trying to make the best decisions with our clients. You know, we always say it's never our decisions which offers are accepted. What we do is offer the information and say, look, you know, these are the offers, these are the positions of the buyers. What would you like us to do? The one thing that we don't like to do is run contracts races where there's more than one buyer competing for the same property, and the first one past the post actually wins. Because there's always got to be a loser in those circumstances. So we try and make it so that everybody gets a fair crack. You know, put your best foot forward. If somebody's in a better position than you or they've offered more, well, you're going to lose out to them, unfortunately. That's the nature of it, because obviously we are employed by our clients to get the best possible price. And I know that can be a frustration for you as a buyer, but I have to say, as buyers, the clients of ours are our sellers, not you. Therefore, we have to look after their interests, and you have to look after your own and make sure that you've done your research and you know that this is the best deal for you. And if you're not sure, I always say, you know, look around, ask yourself one question. How does it compare? Is it the best one you've seen? And if it's the best one you've seen, probably is worth the money. If it's not, then you should carry on looking. I hope that's helpful. But if you want to chat through any offers, even if you're looking in different areas, you know, we love to help people here. Just yesterday, I was saying that, you know, we got the brownies came through from a client that we were dealing with, nothing to do with us, just called up out of the blue and said, want a bit of property advice through a friend. And we helped them with some landlord and tenant things, and kindly they sent us a load of cookies through the post, which was so nice. The office really enjoyed them. They're absolutely delicious. The Brownie Company, never heard of them, but they are. What a lovely gift. So I hope you have a good day today. And please do join us at 11 o'clock this morning live, when we'll be joined by Richard Worrell of Network Auctions, and we can answer your questions on Auctions Live. Have a great day, and hopefully see you at 11. Ciao.